Hello, hello. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, Agent 56, and I'm a little tardy. My apologies. This is Cosmic Connections, our Wednesday get together where we do some astrology and also do some spiritual messages. Tonight's emphasis is on the growing quarter moon, which is forming that beautiful half moon in the sky. And we're still, of course, in the Virgo cycle. But we have a very special event happening, friends. The time of balance is at hand, which, of course, is the fall equinox that takes place technically this year on the 23rd of September. And I'm happy to say that my dear friend Angie App, a registered medium at Lilydale, and me, and I will be doing a special celebration of the fall equinox. That's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night by Zoom or in person at the Fellowships of the Spirit. That's located right outside of Lilydale in upstate New York. So if you happen to be passing through New York State, stop by at 7. Or if you happen to be somewhere on the planet and you want to join us, everyone's going to be getting a spiritual message, because we like to do that. And everyone will be able to discern where the fall equinox is falling in your chart as fall begins on the 23rd of September. Yes, we are falling into balance, friends. That's the message of the equinox, whether it's be on the right or left side of our chart, right? So if it's spring, we're emphasizing Aries. If it's fall, we're emphasizing Libra. And of course, that's a polarity, which means you and me, relationship, the I-thou connection, the polarity of opposites, you might say. All right, so welcome. Hello, Joni. Oh, I do. Thank you, Joan. I appreciate that. It's the sun approaching my rising sign. Hi, Luz. Hi, Nancy. Hello, Sunday, from Yelm, Washington. Beautiful part of the world. And wow, the sun will be opposite. So, hey, Caroline, right? Hi, Christine. Good evening, Rosalind. Hello, Rhonda, Jerry, Angie. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. I always say sharing is caring. So if you're so inclined, when I'm in midstream like this, share it to your site, spread the word, let people know about the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, the platform on this planet, which has amazing astrologers who are very willing to share their collective gifts with others. I would have to ask Julia how many years of experience all of the agents are. That would be a fun, I'm not sure it would be fun, but it would be interesting to see how many decades and decades and decades of experience are congregated on the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. As for myself, I've been doing this, for a couple of thousand years back in, never mind. Oh, I'm not trying to be funny because it's hard for me to be funny. But in any case, welcome to Cosmic Connections. We're talking about the first quarter. It's growing in strength, and it's growing in the ability for us to take a stand and reconfigure our lives. Every time we have a quarter cycle, the buzzword is work. Work, tension, rebuild, make things firmer, stronger, safer for you in your life. So we want to look where Sagittarius falls, 29 degrees of Sagittarius. We'll talk about that chart in a moment. And then we also, it's a double important week, where the fall equinox falls and where 0 degrees of Libra is. Because that degree, my friends, that 0 point degree of the fall equinox is screaming the magic word balance, negotiation, consideration, diplomacy. If you've had a conflict with someone since, say, I don't know, March 21st, for the past 6 months, you can resolve that conflict in the halfway point. So the natural cycles always give us a template from which we can work and live our lives with a lot more grace and confidence. Okay, I'm going to grab some water. All right, friends. Good evening, wherever you are on the planet. Let me take a look at this charts. I'll add those to you. First quarter Virgo cycle. And the magic moment is coming on the 22nd of September. And the Sabian symbol of 29 degrees Sagittarius, which is the lunation we're working with, is the Pope's blessing. The Pope's blessing. Now, remember, these Sabian symbols are completely randomly derived by the Sabian people, channeled by Elsie Wheeler and transcribed by Mark Edmund Jones in the early 20th century. So it can mean, you can interpret it any way you want. It could be the Dalai Lama's blessing, could be Krishna's blessing, but it happens to be the Pope's blessing. So this 29 degrees of Sagittarius is suggesting that we are to find the God of our understanding and connect with spiritual understanding and undertaking with this lunation. Find your faith. The sun and the moon are at 29 degrees, forming that right angle. And it's reminding us that all good things come with tension. All good things come with effort and focus and, in this case, faith. Blessing the work. That would be a good caveat, I think, this week. Bless thy work. The Pope will bless it, and everyone else will bless it from a spiritual point of view. This particular configuration has the moon trining the north node, and interpretation might be the emotional yearning to get on your path in life. You know, it's the new season coming up. So what we're looking at is trying to get back on our path, trying to get on the straight and narrow, no matter what. And the emotions of the moon is leading us. Pluto, the great transformer, is trining the sun with this particular week's energy. And interpretation might be the elimination of Pluto's gifts of power, manipulation, and control simply by becoming aware of where you're being controlled and manipulated and where people are trying to assert their power over you. Power and force, force and power are two very different energies. And at this square, we're becoming aware because the sun's involved. We're able to see when we're being had. We're being able to be seen when we're being conned. So be aware of that as a gift of this next week. Psyche, the asteroid Psyche. Yes, there is an asteroid named Psyche, very prevalent with psychics charts. Also, people interested in psychology. In any case, Psyche is going to be opposite Uranus. So that means the inner knowing, your inner intuition becomes a knowing, because I feel, I intuit is a very different quality than I know this is going to happen. So that's a balance point that's going on this upcoming week. Speaking of intuition, Neptune will be opposite the sun. Trust the process, no matter what. Trust the process of the great guidance of the cosmos. And then Ceres is opposite Uranus. You got to feed yourselves right? Ceres is food, and Ceres is nurturance, and it's Mother Earth, and it's opposite Uranus. What can you do to shake up the status quo in your life and become more healthy through the gifts of food and nutrition? So that is taking place September 22. I read the fine print. At 3:12 p.m. That's Eastern Daylight Time. So you can make the adjustments wherever that might fall in your neck of the woods. Okay. Good afternoon, Nancy. Hello. I'm saying some highs to everybody. Donna Lynn. Hello. Hello. Hi, Debbie. Hi. You're never late, Janet. Just come in when you can. Right? Hi, Christy. Oh, from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Beautiful, Miss Pox. Hello, peace, Miss Peace. Today's your birthday, Mary. Everyone's sending very beautiful, warm wishes to our lovely Mary, a wonderful Virgo. Thank you for sharing, Donna. Sharing is caring. Hi, Douglas. Hello, hello. It's a beautiful moon tonight. It is, Susan. Absolutely. Hi, Lynn. Okay, yes, we're going to be doing our readings too. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Heidi. Hello, hello. Hi, James Sutton. And oh, yes, a tarot card person from Carolyn. Thank you. Yes. Hello, dear friend Susan. Big hellos to you all. Thank you for being here, friends. Okay. Good question. Thank you, Ms. Pax. When are we getting out of this framework of manipulation and control? The simple answer is November 17th of 2024. Oh, that's really, Well, you see, Pluto has been in Capricorn. What's Capricorn? Capricorn is power, structure, the structure of our societies, banks, the elites, the governments. Remember 2008? That was the calling card when Pluto, the great transformer of power, manipulation, and control, started casting its desire to shake up the status quo. And friends, if you've noticed in the ethers that there's a feeling of what's going to happen next? What is going to happen next? We don't want to go back to 2020 when Pluto was next to Saturn and the whole world shut down. No way, no way. Well, Pluto is getting its last little punches. I should just do a fun free for all of Pluto sometime. And just thank you for that question, Ms. Pax, Ms. Peace, because the simple question is, anytime we have Pluto in a sign, it shakes up the qualities of that sign. And my goodness, we have seen so much power manipulation and control. And I think there's a moving cloud of deception that was emanating in 2020. And the cloud, i.e. Neptune, is beginning to dissipate. Oh, we'll do a special talk just on that. Let's do that, okay? Maybe I could do it when Pluto goes direct. Yes. And it will just be a free thing, a free for all. Thank you for the question. I just have an inspired thought. I love talking about Pluto. We'll do a Facebook Live, and maybe not in this context, but sign up for my newsletter and I'll let you know when it's going to be. It's going to be free, and we'll do Pluto when Pluto goes direct. Why not? Freebies are fun. Okay. Anyway, the other thing I want to talk about is the fall equinox. This happens like clockwork every year, right? 0 degrees of Libra as we start fall, 0 degrees when we start spring. And these are symbols of the two great polarities, right? Aries, the me, myself, and I. That's the North Node. Aries is sovereignty of the individual. That's coming into vogue in 2023. It certainly wasn't in 2020 and 2021, but the individual is getting a little bit of a blessing, you might say. And then Libra is everybody that we're connected to, the dance of relationship, as it were, our BFFs, our spouses, our relationship with everything and everyone that is meaningful to us. So Libra, Aries dance is pivotal to understanding the nature of life, right? I, thou relationships. So at the turn of the wheel, when we have the fall equinox, this is what happens. We have the Sabian symbol of a butterfly displaying the beauty of its wings, its body impaled by a fine dart. That's 0 Libra. And there's a lot of reflection about that. Remember, these are symbols. I want you to interpret it the way you want to interpret it. A symbol, a piece of art, a poem is open to interpretation. But one interpretation of the Sabian symbol, what comes to mind, is the idea of sacrifice when we have beauty. Are we in the room of any artists? Any artists in the room? You know, the old idea that the artists will starve for their art. Any writers, any people that have a goal, a focus, and they give things up. They sacrifice for their goal. Is anyone in the room who's a partner to someone, who loves someone? Of course, right? You love your dog, you love your spouse, you love your kids. So when you love someone or something with such devotion, you often sacrifice for them, and the body becomes impaled. Of course, this may elicit to some of you, and it is through the eyes of Mark Emmons Jones and Elsie Wheeler, the sacrifice of Jesus the Christ being impaled. Have you ever heard the expression, I would take a bullet for you, right? So if you love someone, you will sacrifice your all. That's the message of the fall equinox. What? Really? I have to fall to help someone I love? That's one of the mysteries of Libra, 0 degrees of Libra. So, in any case, you look, friends, where 0 Libra falls in your chart because it gets activated every first day of fall, every first day of autumn. That 0 Libra is this symbol. To me, that's the idea of sacrificing for beauty. And beauty is love, and love is beauty. This particular 0 degrees of Libra happens to be sextiling Sedna. Now, you know that Sedna is an outer planet which has the most magnificent story and mythology attached to it. Beautiful Sedna was the princess in the Inuit culture. Her father, the king, wanted her to marry someone of his choosing. She said, "No way, Jose, I'm not going to do that." She was captured by there's different variations of the Smith, but she was captured by a falcon that took her and had its and her way with each other. But then when she returned to her father in the boat in the icy waters of the Arctic, he threw her into the sea and she was sacrificed and she became coral. Her fingers became coral and she died and she became the sea princess of the waters of the North. And so this story, she has been in Taurus forever, for decades. And the week she moved into the sign of Gemini, we had the story of that Titanic submergible craft that, of course, imploded as it was looking for the Titanic. Again, that's a whole other story, but this mythology of the planets, friends, you can apply to everything, not just in your own life, but the outer narrative that we all share, right? The greater collective. Anyway, every time we have this 0 degrees of Libra, first time of fall, please remember this. It's a time of relationship. And the symbol for Libra is the equal sign with the little hump in the middle. Know what that big hump is? It's the setting sun. And it implies that we never really know what's beneath the surface when we are in relationship. We never know. We can have 99.9% assurance that our best friend, our husband, our wife, our kid, our dog is going to be so perfect for us. But that 1/9 of 1%, they can flip. The dog can bite. So there's a mystery about relationship. That's a symbol of the esoteric glyph of Libra. Venus is conjunct Juno, my friends, this week, and it's been going on and on. Venus, of course, is love. Juno is the partnership, and they're conjunct in the sky in the sign of Leo. So we are looking for love. We are looking for being a good partner to the people who are around us. So that's another message of this particular beautiful fall equinox. The part of spirit is opposite Jupiter. Part of spirit is what it sounds like. The part of spirit is that part of our GPS connected to the God of our understanding, opposite Jupiter, which of course is Santa Claus, generosity. So the part of spirit is activating generosity with this particular time of the year. And please understand, this particular equinox and the spring equinox is all part of a greater eclipse journey, because between July 17th of 2023 and February 8th of 2025, we have the nodes in the signs of Libra and Aries. They are teaching us the lessons of me, myself, and the others. So there's that flip-flop. That's that polarity. We're understanding relationships. So viva la collective. All right. That's a lot of information. All right, friends. Let us now do sacrifice and betrayal. Thank you, Linnell. Yes. This time of the year. Thank you, Paula. Wow. You have a sun at 0 degrees. My goodness, Lisa, you shine bright. Saturn in Pisces hopefully removes the illusion. I agree. Yes, more and more and more. Let me grab some water. Okay. Wood artist, actor. Oh, John, I knew you were an artist. You're a wood artist. How awesome is that? And you have some earth in you too, don't you, John? Actor. Hi, Angie. Yeah, a lot of people in the arts sacrifice so much, right? And they do what they need to do because they are inspired by something greater. Okay. You're looking forward to, I am too, Petty. It could be the end of civilization as we know it, or it can be the age of Aquarius, and who knows. I won't sing. But we're going to be living through some colossal, changeable times, my dear friends. Thank you for sharing, Leslie. Okay, so let's do some spiritual work. Before we do, I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for sharing. Sharing is caring. And the winner of the Lunar Lights Club for this month is Christine West. Christine, are you in the room tonight? Christine West, you're a winner tonight. And all you have to do is just share, and your name goes into a basket. Okay, dear friends, I say my prayer, and let's get some spiritual messages. Please don't forget Cosmic Intelligence Agency, one of the most profoundly generous and wonderful and diverse groups on the planet for your astrology. Webinars, articles, memberships. So check it out. Tomorrow, I would say I'd like to invite you all, but it might be a little bit too crowded in that room. But who knows? Oh, come on. We have two teachers. Me and Reverend Angie App will be giving spiritual messages and talking about the wonderful fall equinox. So come one all. It's fellowshipsofthespirit.org. You can sign up. Okay. Dear God, please. Oh, thank you. God bless you, Radha. Let's do the astrology for everybody. This is based on 29 degrees of Sagittarius. This is what we're building this week. What are you building with tension? If you are an Aries, you are building, or Aries rising, you're building your sense of truth. You are traveling, you're writing, you're speaking, you're rebuilding your message. A great time for marketing for the Aries. If you're Taurus or Taurus rising, I know one Taurus this is very applicable for. You're building anything to do with finances, especially finances with others. Mortgages, for example, for the Tauruses this week, for example, or taking care of debt or taking care of long-term financial work for Tauruses. If you are Gemini, this particular week, you are rebuilding your relationship because it's in your 7th house. You're rebuilding communication, becoming a little bit more honest and profoundly sharing with your partner. If you are Cancer or Cancer rising, use this energy to rebuild your health. If you're Leo, use this energy to rebuild your fun and your creativity. If you're Virgo, rebuild your relationship with your friends and your family and ground yourself, Virgo. Maybe find a new home, Virgo, with this new energy. If you're Libra, it's time for you to write, speak, organize your environment. Definitely organize, Libra, and have a new relationship to time and schedules. Scorpio, it's all about your self-worth and value. Make a laundry list of all your skills, Scorpio, and maybe turn some of those skills into energy or money-making hobbies turning into income streams. Sagittarius, all eyes are on you. You can become a little bit more charismatic, more confident, and more of a leader. For Capricorn or Capricorn rising, this is a time for you to rest, retreat, reflect, and do a little meditation. Get away from the maddening crowd, Capricorn. For Aquarius or Aquarius rising, it's all about the way you are connecting with others, your social groups, your friends. Do some fun things with your tribe. And Pisces, rebuild your work, rebuild your career, rebuild your leadership for our Pisces friends. All right. Thank you for reminding me, dear Rhonda. I would not be right for me to do this whole episode without letting everyone know what's going on. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. If you would like a reading, just let me know by saying so in the chat. And the person my finger is going to is John Breland. I'm coming to you for a reading. If you were in the room, I presume you are. John, I'm touching into your energy. The first person I'm connecting with is a father figure, and he's tipping his hat to you in a very kind of, I would say, I don't know if you're Irish, but it's almost like a top of the morning to you, sir. Your father's, I presume is in spirit because he's coming to me so easily. He's dressed in very working man's garb, but he's got a very illustrious hat, like he could wear, dress up and at the same time be a man of a commander type of gentleman who wears the hat, not just in the family, but in the town or in the area. He was very highly esteemed. And he's saying, please take my advice, son. Give yourself a lot of kudos and really be proud of the work you're doing and let go of all the mistakes. He's saying that you're very much a perfectionist. You're very much, you use precision tools. I just knew right now that you're a wood artist, but he says, let go of any sort of self-doubt and just go for it. He's also talking about how we are moving into this new period of you being, it's not another job per se, but some new opportunities for your avocation, John. And I'm getting a big circle around September. These opportunities might be here right now for you. Number one, I'm also getting Sagittarius time as we get into the early part of December. Maybe you're putting together something of a show or something for the holidays, but I'm feeling a lot of productivity for you from September until November. I leave you with a lot of blessings to you, dear John, for coming and visiting here all the time. So thank you. The other person, let's see if there's any feedback here. All right. Okay. The next reading tonight is with Paula Churchill. Paula Churchill, as I'm tuning into you, my dear, I'm aware of, it's almost like I'm almost like on a really fluffy bed that has a lot of bounce to it. And you know how sometimes kids jump on the bed and they do feather pillow fights or something like that. It's almost like you're having a soft landing is what I'm going to interpret this for you, Paula, that there was a lot of stress leading up from middle of June, I guess, since Pluto has been in Capricorn. So the middle of June until just recently, there was a lot of tension in the neck, literally, and the upper body. And you're having a soft landing. The worst case scenario has not occurred. And so this is not just about yourself, but some worry for friends or family. And so there's a soft landing. And I feel that your physical body's also feeling better. I don't know if it was not feeling better, but that's the message I'm giving to you, dear Paula. I also want to say something to you. Oh, you had to go for massage. That is true. I also want to say that there's a beautiful woman on the other side of life, and she loved, I'm wearing my little bling here, right? My little sparkles. She would like to wear bling too. All right. Little costume jewelry. She liked brooches. It feels that she's a grandmother or a great aunt or something like this, but she was always meticulous and she always wore nice little hats. And maybe she was even of that era, used to wear hat pins. So her hair and her hats, and she would really get dressed up with the gloves, but always looked impeccable. And she's saying how nice it is to be a woman today because we don't have to be so dressed up the way we had to be, again, decades ago. But the message for you is that you are a shining light, not just in this world, but for the family. This woman was very family oriented. She was of that era that we didn't talk about our problems, but she's saying how proud she is from the other side. Okay. Okay. You weren't feeling well. You had major surgery. I'm sorry about that, but I'm glad you're recovering because that's what I was picking up earlier with that message for you, Paula. And that's your mom. Okay. And she's saying that how proud she is of you because you're more relaxed, that she was a little bit more uptight because if her pin in her hat was out of place, she would be too nervous. And she's saying how lovely that you don't have that issue like she had. She was always worried about other people's opinions. Dear God, thank you for allowing me to serve spirit. And thank you, friends, for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. I had fun. I was I'm in a good mood. You know where that 0 is in my chart? It's helping me balance in my work and my health. And I had a terrible cold and it went away after nature's champagne water. and lots of vitamins. So I'm feeling a lot better. I'll be back next week. Please join me and Angie tomorrow night for the celebration of the fall equinox, details of Fellowships of the Spirit. On the 11th of October, I'll be out in California, at least virtually, for the NCGR Southern California chapter. I'll be talking about research in astrology, so among other things. Thank you. Have a fabulous week, and happy fall equinox. Fall into balance, friends. Good night.